Hey, this is Rockman.
And Ratmus. I'm grabbing this with my left hand.
I'm Sadie, everybody. Ratmus is playing this left-handed, which is a euphemism for something. So how's that volume, chat? Wait, they're dead.
John Crichton.
John Crichton is alive, though.
Crichton's even dead.
So much effing bugs.
Another bug hunt, Mr. Ghost.
Oh, it's another bug hunt.
Where's Ronaldo?
Wouldn't you like to know? Spoilers in that building. Just watch this YouTube video live on stream. Oh.
The toolbox wire, I'm going to put some bologna in it. Rosie Howard. Oh.
Just gonna wolf out over here, everybody. Cutscene.
Ronaldo. Crank. I have no life. It's okay, you can touch me even harder. I swear it's okay. I need an adult. You know, Real, even I think you're a creep. It's all over. If only I wasn't such a pussy, just kidding.
I was watching my previous time I streamed this, and I said, like, they're like, remember the lady who ran the general store? She went out one day and just never came back. Then it cuts to Mallow, and he's kind of like, oh, like...
I'd be killed her.
Yeah, he paid to have her killed so that he could take over the shop because of squatters' rights. It wasn't any kind of a monster, but he's like, oh yeah, the monsters must have got her.
Yes. Open your toolbox wide. I mean, what? A cellar.
There was another. There was a cellar.
That's where I keep my weed.
It's got this great system where you gotta light torches to get in there.
Yes.
Is he wearing cowboy boots?
Yes. Reverse chaps or something.
Reverse assless chaps? So cockless chaps?
So a cod piece.
Whoa, hey, clean it up, Ratmus. Fish is here.
How you doing? I feel that Ratmus is here. Start a fire and then Billy Joel in.
So you're saying Billy Joel did start the fire and then vehemently denied it?
Yes. And he crashed.
And then he crashed his car and then vehemently denied it. So Billy Joel is just a lying hypocrite, is what you're saying?
I was in some stream and the streamer was talking about like Billy Joel and how they didn't really care for Billy Joel and like we didn't start the fires, the only song they care about. And I'm like, what about Allentown?
He was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah. Because I didn't know about it either. Where's the... There it is.
What about Uptown Girl?
Down crash.
That's literally the best Billy Joel song.
Oops. Longest time.
Yeah, most of these I'd probably recognize if I heard them, but I ain't gonna start playing Billy Joel songs on stream.
What's the worst that can happen, Oshie?
You know, he's already got us for slander. You know, next he'll get us for copyright infringement.
Plus that blog I wrote about him, so he's got me for libel.
That's what you get for writing a Billy Joel diss blog.
That's in 2021.
Probably got more, you know, views than Trump's blog.
And yes, it's on Angel Fire.
All the best websites are on angelfire.com. This is a paid product placement for angelfire.com circa 1999. Whoa, hey song, I didn't even text you.
How you doing?
She's busy working.
She knows how to do Quick.
It's a well-known fact that insects hang out in graveyards. Actually, that's a little-known fact.
Zapper.
This time, don't miss some insects like you did last time. Like I was turning into an insect, right?
Another insect crushed.
Insect!
Like that? Just make more Highland of the Raven references. This chat cares.
Oh, they care.
Where's Jim? I want to tell him about my onion crop. See, he cares about that less or more than, you know, gas prices on the rise. Spoilers even less.
I thought you meant you were like cropping an onion, you know,
Picture or something.
picture. I was like, what?
But like I was checking out our little garden and like the zucchini plant's doing very well. Got a bunch of flowers on there. You totally love zucchini, right?
No.
But, like the onions are doing all right, as you know, too, and that made me think like, you know, Doom probably doesn't give like a two shits.
Doom probably wishes all the onion crops were wiped out. Do you have Hokkaido squash?
I didn't grow this year because we started too late.
So how are you gonna make curry? What the fuck is this?
So I leave without it. But I really should find the seeds. My girlfriend put all the seeds somewhere. Probably in a drawer, and she couldn't find them.
I would put them in the Swedish seed bank.
But yeah, I want to find those again and grow more.
I'm sure, you know, you just keep them loose in a drawer and, you know, they'll be fine for millennia, right?
Well, they're in a bag, you know, nicely sealed, so they should be
You
fine.
think they are. They're just loose in a drawer.
Yes.
Take a nap. Alright, well,
Quick nap.
see you later, I guess.
Hit and dig, I'm like, then I hit up. So you also gonna take a nap?
Song's gonna take a nap at work. I got less than 5 hours of sleep last night, so it's starting to hit me. There's so much effing Apex to play later, not to mention I'm streaming in the evening.
Gotta work tomorrow and the next day.
And then you'll be done, right? Oh god, no. What about all the work you need to do here? That's fucked. Need a honk honk pull it.
Where's the obese, you know, mafia guy in this? That's what I. Thank you.
Giovanni or whatever the hell his name is with the pose. He would be the obese mafia guy.
Yes. He's got a heart of gold, right? Because, he got turned into gold.
Yes, and the spleen.
Got the golden spleen, everybody.
You want some too?
Take all you want. It's like, weird that in this point of the game, you can warp. Because, I just feel like I should be getting the, tears and that's it.
When you go to the Nehru Twilight, then you can get some more pose.
Just blow this bastard up.
Let's blow this popsicle stand. So everyone in chat is napping, Ratmus. What do you want to talk about?
Exciting and thrilling stuff.
Such as?
My life away a minute. It's being good and laying down too.
That's unusual.
So how do I get to these ones in here? Get up this way or something?
Definitely read that sign.
Crash into it. That sign.
I said everyone in chat is napping.
Everyone in the warehouse is sleeping.
Including me.
Down, doggo.
I'll pull a Lex from Survivor.
Get voted off stupidly.
You're supposed to say,
Smoking.
No, you're supposed to say, do someone a favor that's outside the game, but then not have, your favor repaid.
Yes.
But yes, smoke them out. Because people totally know what I'm talking about.
What are these a-holes doing here?
So Ratmus, you remember when we played the Talos Principle last, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stream some more of that tonight and try to figure out, what the hell we might be missing. I say we, it's really me. You were just a guest appearance, right?
Yes. I got someone on Skype.
There will be someone on Skype who will be motion sick. So what did you think of that Portal Reloaded? Speaking of motion sickness.
It definitely looked interesting. Was it fun to play? It seemed like you got frustrated, but you always get frustrated. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. It's certainly not the worst thing in the world. I would say there were probably 2 or 3 of them that were, I thought were so stupid where I just had to look up a video. But, other than that, it's probably just my own dumb fault. Apparently nobody remembers this, but there was, a mod that I did a few years ago called Thinking with Time Machine that had a different time machine mechanic. Come to think of it, I wonder if it was made by the same person. Probably not. But it worked differently, whereby, like, it was more like the mechanic in the Talos principle, actually, because I think what you did is, like, you activated something and then, like, you basically made a recording copy of yourself, sort of, from what I remember. So it was more like that. There's clearly none on the second floor because it would be on the map. Go back to the first floor.
Yeah, how do I get out?
The same way you came in.
Except I jumped down from somewhere.
I'm sure you didn't. Well, if you did, then you have to climb back up. Yeah. Obviously not the ladder, but there's some way to get back up. Alright, Song.
See ya.
There. Boxes, save them up there. Yeah, and the other thing about Thinking with Time Machine was that it was really short. It was the shortest one of all the Portal mods. So yeah, I totally made a mistake in thinking that this one was going to be short. Because you looked on the menu and it only said 12, but apparently those were chapters, not test chambers, so that was my mistake. And yeah, I think I remember saying that I don't know if you remember it again, but there was the aperture tag that was where you shoot paint, that shoots red and blue paint, and I think that was really fun, but right near the end there was a part that was so stupid that it almost ruined the entire experience.
Great when that kind of shit happens.
Yeah. What are those ones down southwest? Oh, okay. So I think when you went into the bomb shop, what happened? Because you're supposed to be up high. Where the bomb thing is to blow up. The only way to get up there is through the bomb shop. Okay. I think.
Fall back in here.
I don't think that's the bomb shop. Isn't that the bomb shop?
I guess so. And then bombs.
Did you just come back the way you came?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. Okay.
You can just jump out the window again.
You have to burn somebody's fucking, business down to get some tears of light. That's the way the cookie crumbles, and, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, right?
Yes.
And other metaphors. It's great how you're wearing a Flash shirt and I'm wearing a Superman shirt because, we watched Flash before and we're watching Superman later.
Yes.
Again, pull a Lex. Get betrayed. You have to walk up to it slowly and press A when prompted. Don't fuck up and start crashing into the wall and die, because that's happened before. If explosions can, destroy the insects into tears of light, why don't we just blow them all up?
Yes. Blow everybody. Sacrifice
Speaking of sacrificing, remember that time they made it to Uranus?
Yes.
Well, like when Sailor Moon Crystal ended with season 3, they said that like they were gonna make season 4, but instead of a series, it was gonna be a movie.
Yeah.
Well, that movie finally came out. Well, actually, it was it's a 2-part movie. It was released theatrically in Japan earlier this year, and now it is out worldwide on Netflix. And it's the supposedly, basically the Crystal version of the season 4 of the anime.
Yeah.
But it's only, like I said, a two movie thing. But for some reason, it's called Sailor Moon Eternal. But it's not the 5th season where she's actually Eternal Sailor Moon. So why is it called Sailor Moon Eternal? Unless she does turn into Eternal Sailor Moon and it's fucking 5th and season, but I don't think so. I don't know why it's called that, but I asked Song about it because she has Netflix. But I would want to watch it with you.
Yeah.
Song says that we could 3-way watch it. I would also like to watch it, like with Shauno food, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I should be able to find it online. They said like, it's gonna come out on Blu-ray on June 30th on Sailor Moon's birthday, only in Japan. There's no word on an American Blu-ray release.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how much they charge for shit like that. Like, I'm not even talking about like to import it from Japan. I'm talking like if you live in Japan, it like just the Blu-ray of that costs like the equivalent of like $80 or $100 US.
What the fuck? $599 US. It's like this path is impossible.
Looks like this path is impassable, but I can get you up there anyways. So it's not impassable? What do you say about that guy's diaper?
It's full.
What do you have to say about a moment of silence for Chirpazard, not howling at this howling stone here? Somewhere I still have a document of what, Chirp got and didn't get. In case he ever comes back to streaming and wants to, finish 100%ing it, because that, will totally happen, right? Too bad nobody in chat heard that, because they're all napping. Especially Song.
Especially C.
Mimi just posted a surprised face, and I assumed it was, towards our beef fried rice, but no, it's just the fact that we're streaming. What the hell is so unheard of about a Rockman and Ratmus stream in the afternoon, goddammit?
Yes.
But yeah, that beef fried rice was pretty damn good. Might be the best you made.
My girlfriend, like, whenever I make that, it's usually the chicken. It's like, I like it better with beef.
I should make it with pork.
Even beef or pork. That's another, like, good one, which I could do.
Yeah, I remember one time I was at Song's house and I got Mongolian pork.
Whoa.
That was pretty cool.
Whoa. Warp right there.
With sword in hand. So you know how it's nice to find like, channels on YouTube where, interesting people explain, interesting concepts like, technology or history or cool and interesting things like that. And, I found this one new channel like that, but then like, it was weird because like, I watched a bunch of videos where this guy is explaining like cool and interesting topics. Like there's one channel is called Mega Projects and one is called Side Projects, and it can be basically about anything. Like there's really doesn't seem to be much like consistency about what is a mega project versus a side project. It could be like the International Space Station, or like a giant oil rig, or like the New Deal, or like the V2 rocket, or the time when in the 1800s where they raised Chicago by like 10 feet so that it wouldn't be a flooded shithole. But then like the reason why I'm like mentioning this is because the guy, like, at least in one video, it finally became clear where he said that like he's not the one who writes any of this. Like he doesn't know any of this shit. He's like, I didn't know about any of this at all until I'm reading this. And it's like, then I'm like, well, who is writing this shit, and who the fuck are you? And like, if it's not you doing the work, then why do I care? Like, it's just some like nerd working behind this curtain, and like they put you on there because like you're a pretty face or you got a nice voice or something. Like, that's disingenuous bullshit.
You're a fraud.
Yes, you're a fraud, sir. And like, I guess he never claimed to, be the one, doing all the research, and maybe you just, shouldn't assume that when you go to somebody's channel, you say, "Howdy do, guys, I'm going to explain to you the International Space Station," that like the guy, like, he didn't do any of the work. Whereas like, a lot of the other channels, I think all of the other channels that I've watched like that in the past, like the Technology Connections guy that that I really like, and this other guy, this British guy named Tom Scott, who's pretty popular on YouTube, and if anyone's watching this, I'm sure they know Tom Scott. Like, they do all their own work.
Well, that Tom Scott.
Like...
Yeah. That guy's a dirty fraud, and you want to follow him?
Yes, if by yes you mean no. It's like, they're the ones coming up with the topics, they're the ones doing the research, they actually know what they're talking about.
Like Rufus.
Yes, just like Rufus.
Especially when he was like, "Fuck you."
Especially when he was like, "You gotta follow the book!" What was it confirmed that, his character in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, that hitchhiker guy, that was in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Was it confirmed that he was, the Cardinal from Dogma, just disgraced? Or is that just a theory?
Find Dogma on Blu-ray and we'll watch it. Wait a minute. Like that was on someone's list of like hard to find, movies for whatever reason.
I got Mallrats on Blu-ray. I still haven't opened it. I wanted to see if like they have all the special features on that Blu-ray that like weird bootleg VHS that we got at Gen Con has, because then if it does, but then we don't need that tape anymore.
What the fuck?
But, since I watched Mallrats with Song, I haven't got around to watching it again.
Yeah.
I think like, well, let me see here. Well, I mean, I could just look at my list, but let's see.
I had a dream where I went like back in time, and for some reason, like I knew like, hey, that's Ben Affleck as a kid there. So I said something like, "Enjoy being Batman."
You should have said, "Enjoy being the loser from Fashionable Male," which was his greatest role.
Enjoy Voyage of the Mimi, you stupid sack.
Alright, so name all the Kevin Smith movies in order. Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, then Dogma?
Yeah, I think so.
Then Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Right?
Yeah.
Then Clerks 2.
Yeah.
And then the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Like, So those are the only Kevin Smith movies that I have. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot is on Blu-ray because it's new. Mallrats is on Blu-ray because I just recently bought that. Because we never had the American DVD, and I wanted the special features. But my point is that Dogma and all the other Kevin Smith movies that I have are on DVD. Oh, hey, Ramimi. Ramimi, we need to talk to you about Dick Grayson and Jason Todd and all the other Robins. Nice. Nice. Well, I guess I'll tell you why after I mention this, but like, Ratmus said that there's a Teen Titans show like on some streaming service that I've never seen, and besides that, and like if you remember at the end of what was it, The Dark Knight Rises, there was that guy who they were like sort of like, oh, maybe he's Robin, but he's really not.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, like, besides those two things, there has never been a live-action depiction of any Robin since Chris O'Donnell in Batman and Robin. And I'm like, why? Why are they so, like, hesitant to have Robin? Well, I mean, is he maybe going to be in that new stupid Batman movie that may or may not be coming out, or I don't know.
It's, from what I know, but
because Chris O'Donnell as Robin ruined sidekicks forever.
No, he's from Winnetka.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like, why don't they make a fucking Nightwing movie? Because nobody wants that except for me, right?
How about, Batwing, the Nightbot?
Yeah. Well, the reason why I was thinking about this is because I heard a spoiler that on the show Batwoman, like, Luke Fox is going to be Batwing, and they were like, as we all know in the comics, Luke Fox is Batwing, and I'm like, I've never heard of Batwing in my life. Like, who is this Batwing from the comics? I did not know this.
I did not vote for him.
I also did not vote for him. No, I've never heard of him. So please tell us all about Batwing from the comics. Is he basically Nightwing, but that was already taken? Because, yeah, like, Luke Fox has been on the show since it started, but he's just basically been, like, the technical nerd computer guy. Okay, on the show, he was definitely not former military, that I remember.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so. GG Ratmus, you found all of the stuff there. Well, I guess that's going to happen soon on the show. I guess he's going to suit up as Batwing. Because, I was spoiled about it online. They were like, here's this picture of him in his Batwing outfit. It's coming. I'm like, thanks for the spoilers, you SOB. Here, I can probably find the picture.
My name is...
It's great how that's basically like a Bat motorcycle helmet. Same arc that made Cassandra Cain Black Bat. I've heard of Cassandra Cain. I haven't even heard of Black Bat. Hello Lizard. No, apparently that is not Batman Beyond. That's somebody called Batwing.
Well, Batwing Beyond, at Bed Bath and Beyond.
And Hey Doom.
Hi Doom.
You guys missed some Tears of Light.
Your favorite light spirit that wants to kiss, the Notorious B.I.G.'s dad, apparently.
Okay, I gotta look up when this Batwing was created because I don't believe he's been around since like anything longer than 2017. Okay.
2008. Damn kids.
Yes, Batwing from the Marvel Comics. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Batwing, James Jimmy Santini, is a fictional character appearing in Marvel Comics with Spider-Man. No, Batwing DC Comics.
Ronaldo.
First appearance. Apparently there was a different version of Batwing that came out in 2011, but Luke Fox as Batwing, and it seems like it was created in 2013. Huh. So yeah, I mean that's a little bit longer than I thought.
Beasts.
Yeah, apparently there's a Titans live action show that's on some weird streaming service that I have not seen. Oh, it's on HBO Max. Okay, I thought it was on like DC whatever that.
I think that went out and then they just put it on HBO.
Okay.
So, what do you care less about how my onion crop is doing, or that the gas price went up here?
See, Batwing has been around longer than Jonathan Kent, who was created in 2015.
In case he must need a damn horse.
From what I can read in the comics, I think Jonathan Kent is actually a great character. I think I like him. On the show, he's fucking emo and stupid.
Clean myself up here. Can I buy like a bomb bag or something? Be a bomb bag Jedi.
I don't think you can see this on stream. Yeah, but at the bottom underneath Ernie, it says Ernie prepares to commit a hate crime. Yes.
What that person's doing to watermelon a hate crime.
Well, yeah, that's why Ernie's gonna, do justice. Okay, so what were you asking? You cannot buy a bomb bag until you clear Goron mines. You cannot buy the Hylian shield until you save Colin. You can, however, go to Ordon and get that howling, get the skill.
There's warp there. I mean, what?
I assumed you talk to the kids or whatever, right?
Yeah, and I saved all of them. Dark power and all that.
Oh, is she cock blocking? Do you need to get put down before you can leave or something?
No.
Wait, did you get put down by the Goron?
No, I didn't.
You should. Yes. There's no point in
going back until I get put down.
Yeah. Also, I guess you can't because you don't have Epona.
Organization percent, everybody.
You might be able to get the bugs in town before you get put down, or after.
Get put down, so then I don't have to worry about that dragon because I'll be dead.
What do you want to play online on Switch together, Ramimi?
That Burger Time game. What?
Do you want to send Song your Me so she can put you in Miitopia? Wait, she's almost done with that game.
Like Yeah, there was a ladder that I'm like, wait, you can just climb this.
You were like Batwing from the comics is awesome. Who the hell is this clown playing him on the show that I don't watch? Yeah. Ratmus just got put down, everybody. Oh, actually, I mean, that's weird. Ramimi, are you gonna get like the Switch Online that you have to pay for, where you can play online with people? Because if you do, then you can get access to like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo library, and we could totally play those games cooperatively. I don't know if you would want to do that. Probably not. You could play him with Lizard if he still has his Switch. I'm trying to find my games list. There it is.
Where are these bugs?
Oh god, you're about to be put down again.
My horse.
If you like the board game Clue, I highly recommend Clue for Switch with all the DLC. It's totally worth it. I obviously also recommend Super Mario Odyssey. Great game, but it's not like 2 players.
Skis. Got a horse, everybody. What are you doing, son?
I'm going to stand. Come eat a seed.
Get those bugs. One of them's in that empty house, and the other one, it's a well-known fact that golden bugs hang out in graveyards, as well as insects pose and other unmentionables.
Panties and bras.
I feel like I should totally explain that to people.
In here, right?
Yes, but you could just walk in the fucking door.
Where's the fun?
Ratmus and I did this funny video once where, well, it was me, Ratmus, and Ratmus's friend, and it was like it was sort of a parody / reenactment of like a crime, like one of those crime shows. So like, it started out where I guess Ratmus was like a sort of a redneck guy, and I was his wife, right? And then you killed me.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, the cops arrested you, and like we showed like the crime scene and like the trial, and then like you basically were got off on a technicality because the cops screwed some evidence up or something.
Yeah.
But like the point is like I was like I picked up like a bunch of like dirty towels, and I was like yelling at you, and you said something about like you're leaving your panties and bras everywhere, and I was like, does this look like panties and bras to you? Like holding up the towels, like a lot of it was ad-libbed, right?
Yes.
Right, I don't see if that was the male or the female. It was an ant though, right? But the other one's in the graveyard, so I'll just mark them both off, right? It's a well-known fact that horses can't go into graveyards.
For some damn reason.
And another funny part about that video that I love mentioning is like, so again, Ratmus like killed me. So when like the cops showed up, so I was laying on the ground, face down on the ground, pretending to be the dead body, and then like I think like you were like a police officer, and your friend was more of like an investigator. And you know, your friend was like, your friend asked you, "What's your name?" You know, for the official record. And again, I said that most of this was ad-libbed, so Ratmus just goes, "Yeah, my name is Todd Mulligan, and my badge number is," and like that was totally unscripted. So like so much so that me as the dead body on the floor, you can see me laughing, like my body is shaking because I'm laughing on the floor, trying to hold in my laughter because I thought that was so funny. Yes.
Fuck is this?
It was literally corpsing because I was a corpse, yes. Alright, so you got the 2 ants here.
Yes.
Alright, so now you're supposed to leave here in disgust. Well, but before you get to Ordon, in Kakariko Gorge, there's 2 bugs and a heart piece you can get. Aren't you not even going the right way?
I thought this was the right way. I guess not.
You could bugs here if you want. This is West Hyrule Field, or as Doom calls it, East Hyrule Field. Now let me narrow this down by look. Oh God, flee! Let me look at the correct map this time.
Yes, come to the back of my horse so you can be kicked and stopped, please.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to have Ratmus do this after saving Colin, but before Goron Mines, but, you know, since he's here now.
So where do I go here?
Right around there. So, like, straight ahead somewhere. Let's, I'm going to turn up the volume so that we can hear the jingly. There's one. The other one is more northeast. I don't remember if we made a command out of that thing.
Suicide by link.
Cop, okay. Is that it? They're easier to spot at night.
I'll go back to
Can you go to the north of here? I think it'll let you cross the bridge. There's a Phasmid right at the south of the bridge. Yes. I should tell Ramimi all of the DC animated movies that I've ever seen, because it's not a lot. Has Ramimi seen every single one? Yep, that one's right there. And then for the other one, you would go north across the bridge, and then it's like up on a high cliff right next to a cave. Bruce Babs? Is that like a romantic connection between Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon?
Something like, beef bait.
I mean, if you're gonna bang, you may as well do it on the rooftop in the rain, right? What? I'm looking up like the DC animated movies, and like they're only showing me like the ones from 2013 onward.
We're not missing.
There's gotta be ones. Now, this one's only showing from like 2007 on. I mean, they've been making animated movies since like the 90s. Where's like a complete list? Yeah. Well, okay, so now you're in Kakariko Gorge, right?
Yes.
So there's a heart piece, somewhere that you need the boomerang. Wait, so did you get both of those phasmids?
Oh, I didn't. You said it was on the north side, so I'm like, oh, I can't cross this yet because I was thinking about the thing being broken. Here now.
Are you on the north side of the bridge or the south side? Go south. There's one bug like right here. Go north across the bridge again. Hang a left. Go all the way to the wall. Bump should be around there in the bushes or something. Alright, well, this probably isn't a complete list, but it looks like I've seen a couple of movies. Like, in 2007, Superman Doomsday. I believe we saw that one. It's the Death of Superman story. Then there was Justice League: The New Frontier.
I do.
Which I think was kind of an old-school Justice League movie. And then there was an animated Wonder Woman movie from 2009. I saw that one. And then there was one called Green Lantern First Flight, which is basically an animated Green Lantern origin story. And I think that's all that I've seen. I haven't seen any other ones other than that.
Alright, now where to?
You gotta find that heart piece.
North?
Probably. Oh wait, no. There's another one I've seen. Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox. That's about Flashpoint. We saw that. Did you say Bad Blood was the one about Kate Kane and Luke Fox? I see that here. They made another one about the death of Superman called The Death of Superman. Not there. Are you? Wait, there.
Oops.
Have you seen Red Sun? That's a story that I've, heard about and been kind of interested in. They always reset those timelines. That's saying something, Doom.
Come on, they have a 6-year plan.
Their 6-year plan was to get canceled in 3 years.
Good, we're on track. Same bug I got before.
Yes. What was the best part, Doom? When that guy started freaking out, and instead of Ben just calmly explaining what happened, he just stands there, and not say anything like an idiot. Well, I don't think it's getting religious. I mean, I think it's like, what the hell's that girl's name? That's nice. The girl who's clearly nuts off her rocker, like, she's the one. Well, I guess there's the whole arc thing, but like, the way I see it, that girl is nuts, like totally fucking nuts and wrong about everything, and she's like, God, wants this and God wants that, and it's obviously saying that she's nuts because she's religious, so it's really anti-religious if anything. But no, I see the whole arc thing. Alright, you got the pill bugs. Look at your bugs. Oh, she's definitely wrong. Alright, which is the one you're missing?
This one.
Which is what gender?
The female.
Okay, good. Now, how many do you have? 4.5 pairs?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so you could either go back for that other bug now, or head back to Ordon.
I'm gonna jump this. Of course, no. Of
course it's too much to ask. It's a metaphor for our society, which is always great to watch on television. That's the number one thing Ratmus hates. Ratmus doesn't want to see anything on television that reminds him of how life is horrible, right?
Yes. It's like my girlfriend watches Grey's Anatomy. It's all this insane over the top bullshit that's been happening with the same people like a bunch of times, and makes no goddamn sense that one person would have so much of that shit happening.
And meanwhile, you watch The Flash and everyone's breakdancing for some reason.
Yes.
Show's gone down the tubes. That's why Mimi doesn't watch the CW, because she knew that 7 years in it was all going to go down the tubes.
Yes.
Are there even any good shows on TV anymore?
Probably not. So you gotta have stupid tension and other bullshit.
Yeah, Manifest sucks. Like, most of the CW shows, have gotten really dumb and stupid. Like, Batwoman was always bad. Like, I used to like Legends, Flash, and Supergirl, but they're just really gotten so bad. Superman and Lois is kind of the best one, but even so, it's still got problems.
Where'd you say it was over here?
Keep going up near that cave. I never watched The Vampire Diaries, clearly. You obviously can't claw shot up there. You don't have a claw shot, so you gotta boomerang it.
Was that also on the CW, or was that a different network?
What the hell is Superman Should Smile? And yes, whose line is it anyway has become, a CW drama, totally. The best show on TV right now is Totally Top Chef.
It's totally Top Shot coming to you. Got that. Most important thing to do is save.
What's that about? Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I've seen commercials for that because it's got Joel McHale hosting it.
What channel is it on?
I think it's Fox.
Fox. I thought the only thing on Fox was that Lego Masters show.
I do say it's like whodunit, but with food, so like whodunit kind of finger sandwiches.
How many bugs you already got? Doom would never have this many bugs at this time.
Doesn't he care about, Agatha? He's like, no, I don't.
Contestants go into a kitchen and have to figure out what dish was made based on what ingredients and tools looked like they were using to recreate that dish.
They grab like a Mexican food. It's like, is this cheese, a tortilla, tomato, and lettuce, and beef? Okay, oh shit.
That actually does sound a lot like the show Whodunit.
They made finger sandwiches.
But on Guy's Grocery Games, like a lot of times, that they make them use weird ingredients and weird food tools, like the slap chop. Hi, it's Vince with slap chop. Salsa slap chop. He actually made them, incorporate that into their dish.
One person said, "How you're gonna love my nuts."
Yes, one person did say that. I mean, by that I mean hell no, because they couldn't call it a slap chop because they can't use brand names, so they just called it a food chopper.
Chopper.
Yeah, like the reason why Ratmus and I know and remember that commercial so much is because somebody made that into a YouTube poop music video. Watch this, you're gonna love my nuts. Watch this, you're gonna love my nuts, and it was all auto-tuned. I mean, I'm sure there were multiple tons of videos like that with the Vince, the ShamWow guy, and the slap chop. It was, good times back in 2013, right?
Yes. It's a simple time.
I mean, Lizard, we've all been there. One of these days, he's going to be vindicated, just like Balloon Boy.
Yes. And Belushi.
You can only gallop 5 miles per hour because this is a school zone.
And all the kids that would go to that school and then were near.
No, all the kids are dead. Don't forget that golden wolf. Yeah.
Where's the wolf?
It doesn't appear on the mini map for some reason, but it'll appear on the map. Zoom in.
So, by the water.
Yeah, Doom, you were like, nobody showed up in that stream until the ending. But, that just made me think about how, the only stream that I ever did where nobody showed up for anything, including the start, middle, finish, and ending. Granted, it was a short stream, but it was where Ratmus actually beat Double Switch on Sega Saturn for the first and only time, and nobody was there. After an hour, we stopped the stream and switched to something else, but, it was sad that nobody, was there for that wonderful, amazing performance.
Yes. So you went right for the nuts.
People were there when you beat it on the anniversary collection, but, if you want to see Ratmus beat the original Double Switch on Sega Saturn, you should check out that VOD on YouTube because it's fucking amazing. Here's something else that you'll probably never use. What are you doing, son?
The damn.
Just slapped you right in the face because he was sick of you.
Perfect. That was useless shit.
And of course, we all remember which hidden skills Chirp never got, right?
Backstabber.
And by that I mean I'd have to look at my list to find out because nobody remembers that shit. Yeah, using it to reflect enemy projectiles is just something that I personally never do. When do enemies ever shoot energy balls like that? Oh yeah, never. They shoot arrows and shit.
All 76 energy balls.
Damn it!
My money that I don't need. If I just get a falcon and have it attack the Gorons for me.
Oh, Donald! Which I still haven't sent Doom those Falconer videos on YouTube.
He's like, oh no.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's like the only place. Even then, I just kind of dodge them. He's like, I guess you can reflect them back, but like by the time it gets reflected back, they probably would have teleported and disappeared,
They
right?
died of old age, right?
Yeah.
Ronaldo. Oh, God. Those poor kids that I, don't even remember their stupid names.
Yeah. So how many people in chat are hyped as hell to watch Dinosaur Squadron Zoo Ranger on Sunday? And by that I mean I know where Mimi is.
I'll tell it to everyone. Spoilers, this guy stuffs. We're getting a sumo match, just kick him in the balls.
If you want to do a sumo match, just take your goddamn clothes off. This is fan service, right?
Oh, God.
Wait. This is fan disservice, right, Doom? And then this is fan service.
Like the Monado, he's shirtless.
Like Matt Rhett. Sonotori no Choto?
Fascist.
I thought you were going to say fat bitch and you said fascist. That's enough of that shit.
Just wasn't, fan service enough.
There was Ratmus, still hasn't watched Conan. You know who was on Conan last night? Kevin Nealon.
Whoa.
Kevin Nealon, Ratmus and I love Kevin Nealon, of course. I was just reminded of something funny that he said because Doom said fascist bitch. That's enough of that shit. He said something like that his house got broken into, and so he starts talking about that, and so he's talking about like the burglar, and he was saying how like the burglar, he was like, he cut himself on some glass where he broke the window, and so there was blood on the floor. And then he was like, I don't want to be sexist or anything. It could have been a she. So anyway, this bitch broke into my house. And then, like, the way he's like said bitch, like
That Conan laughing.
Conan laughed his ass off. Yeah, it's so, I didn't even like do it the way he did it. Like he kind of like said it almost in a whisper. It was just like so unexpected.
I had that fishing rod in case I want to go fishing.
Doom would never do that.
What else do I need to do?
Your favorite thing to do, you need to herd some goats.
With goat boy. My favorite thing to do, save.
That too. If anything, Link is going to get hurt. If they bowl him over.
Bowl them over.
So yeah, that beef fried rice that I posted on Discord that all of you saw, that was pretty damn good, Ratmus.
Thank you.
You didn't put any of that spices in it, did you?
I did not. I guess I could try that.
Yeah, we'll put it in later when we have it for dinner. I'll put some in there.
Where's my horse?
So what was the secret ingredient?
The dashi, I guess.
The peas, because the peas were only in my version because Ratmus is allergic to peas, so that's why they were the secret ingredient.
Sadie loved it too.
Yes, I dropped some peas on the floor and Sadie loved them.
This guy's such a basic bitch.
Yes.
No fooling.
The tots are safe. And he's talking about the tater tots that he cooked in the oven, not the actual kids. Rockman and Ratmus in this economy? Sorry, partner. No pressure, Ratmus, but don't screw up. Do we still have this command? Yes. I don't know, Doom. I guess we'll find out. Pretty much the only place where Ratmus and I get chicken wings like that would be Buffalo Wild Wings, and we don't go there very often because they are pretty damn expensive, and it's not like an easy place to get to. It's a little bit further away. I'll just be like, whoop, there it is, Ratmus.
Fuck this up.
But Doom said that no one has ever fucked up getting this heart piece, so you can't possibly be fucking it up. Spoilers, you fucked up. Oh, woo. Now you gotta go back and save Colin, because spoilers, he had it coming. Yep.
How many years ago was that?
Actually, I was. I think maybe last week I was thinking like maybe I should ask Ratmus to make some hot mustard sauce again, and we have McNuggies. But then you called me and told me you wanted beef fried rice instead. So.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do next week?
Sure. Put some hot mustard sauce on watermelon. I mean, what?
Ernie will have to commit a hate crime on you.
Yes.
Doom, have you gone to like Chick-fil-A to get some nuggies there? Is there even a Chick-fil-A by Doom?
Get an In-N-Out burger and somehow get some, nuggies.
I remember one time I had, you can get their nuggets at Chick-fil-A either breaded or like unbreaded and grilled, and I tried both of them, and the grilled ones weren't bad, but they're kind of difficult to eat because they're kind of slimy. But I mean, they weren't bad. Could have been better. Does In-N-Out have any kind of chicken? In-N-Out should get into the chicken sandwich wars and have a chicken sandwich animal style, and then they would totally
Not get Doom's business.
Should we try Burger King's chicken sandwiches and then burn them?
Yes. Could they be worse than the Yumbo, though? I don't.
Nothing's as worse as the Yumbo, but
Shrek, everybody.
that's racist.
kill him.
Portillo's has way more than that.
Empty cord. I'm just taking a shit in. What the fuck?
Or is he taking a shit in the basement?
Yes. Oh.
Why? Is taking a shit gonna cause a bomb explosion?
I'd say, smoking is worse, but yeah. It smells like a macho got.
So there should be signs in there that's, saying no shitting, and then you start to shit and he just dumps water on you?
Yes.
Now, Ratmus, don't screw this part up. Has anyone ever screwed this part up? Probably. Bring it on, bitch, okay?
He's got the toots.
Two toots? What did Chirp screw up?
Makes it a master one.
Finding the hot rock. And thank you for your honesty, Rumimi. I guess that's all I can say.
I really like waffle fries, so it's nice getting the Chick-fil-A.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I like waffle fries perfectly fine. Like, I'll eat them, but I would never order them.
Basic bitches.
I thought you were calling me a basic bitch for not eating waffle fries, and also you should thank me for my honesty. And then insult me.
Need more homies, don't you, huh? Get the Hulk. More like the Sulk.
What about shirtless Shulk? Oh.
Did a dual jump.
By the time Beavis was like, yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. Hey, what was that?
Did you see that? What happens when you don't wear a seatbelt on a board?
Should I show some Beavis and Butthead on Discord? I'm back. You mean it's not about bridge safety?
Trick is to juke him, right?
Who knows what the trick is?
Fight to the death.
It's not an exhibition match.
And someone's talking about that stupid, was it Jake Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, like being an exhibition match, basically, and I'm like, You know, that made me think of the, San Andreas asshole. You know, it's like you can fight and kill it. You know, he can kill you. This, should be an exhibition match, but it isn't.
Especially when you have the code where it's like pedestrians go nuts and try to murder you. Like I saw a video about that, and like yeah, he'll never teach you a move. Like you go in there and he just starts like attacking you and the other people.
That's how you do it.
Now who's gonna get a desktop pick? Dude's like, hey, this desktop pic is mirrored.
So hey, I can Photoshop that, reverse it.
Welcome back, Fish. You're just in time for me to look at the clock and realize that it's 3 o'clock and announce that as of right now I'm fully vaccinated, so Fish, come on over.
I thought it'd be like you, worthless coward, but then I was like, nah. What's up, Ziggy? She's like, yes.
Well, I'll be out of town, so rip that.
Like,
Oh, he was talking about lifting.
it might be sometime, before we leave.
I mean, we're leaving July 1st, but I'm going to be busy all day June 30th, packing and watching TV and getting stuff ready.
You can do that 29th.
Which, at some point I was going to ask you, Ratmus, but are you even coming over to stream that week or no?
I do not know. I wouldn't trust Ronaldo with that kid.
Yeah, I had thought you said a while ago that you were coming in July. I mean, clearly you are, but I thought it was late July.
Now can I buy a bomb thing? I should do that.
No, but you can buy a Hylian shield.
Hylian Loach.
Ratmus, are you going to catch the legendary Hylian Loach?
Maybe I'm ready for fishing.
Doom just, unsubscribed.
It's okay. Alright, buy this a-hole.
At the right price.
About lamp oil and rope in this economy. Why is there a loft wing on it?
I thought you were going to say, why is there a bat wing on it?
Well, they didn't leave. You have something to say to me?
Doom doesn't have Sundrop in real life or a Sundrop emote, so he's just a poor son of a bitch, clearly. A sad sack.
It's okay, because he's got that wonderful, cocoa wine, right? We got to call the cops.
You have no choice but to try to steal it. And he'll accuse you of stealing.
It's about as valuable as your face.
Exactly.
It's a limited supply.
Hope you got 200 rupees, oh shit you do.
I have 300.
Alright, time for Nostrika's favorite dungeon, so I hope she comes in here.
Or how much it would cost to try to send, a sun drop thing in the mail. anything liquid. I'm like, yeah, sun drop, bitch.
What's it, 12 pack?
Yeah.
Probably more than it would cost to just get it from Amazon. I know how much Doom hates Miiverse stamps, especially because of the one in Goron Mines. Is on page 57 of the strategy guide where it has the map of Goron Mines. I've marked off like all of the things because like it has pictures of rupees, but it just has like weird colors, and sometimes it's hard to tell what they actually are, and sometimes they're not even listed. So I wrote in myself like, this is 50 rupees, this is 20 rupees, this is 10 rupees, and then like, this is 50 rupees, but in the HD version it's a Miiverse stamp. This is 50 rupees, but in the Wii U version it's a Miiverse stamp. And then I have this one that says, claw shot required, what the fuck?
It's lovely. You know, Doom's got a lot of points. He could just piss away if he wanted to, or, you know, I could do stupid shit like this. You even see that?
Yeah, I see it. But yeah, like for only 600 Rockman points, you can unlock Sundrop or any emote, you know, for a day. But of course, Doom says he has no need for that. Just like he has no need for this Tenderloin emote because he's never had a Tenderloin, right?
The Ant-Man $100 Tenderloin.
So what do you have to say about his diaper?
It's full, and it's, you know, gonna be even more full now.
Just don't accidentally pull out the lantern or the fishing rod or some shit, because then, you know, people will laugh at you for years.
If I just want to do this on purpose.
Well, then people will still laugh at you.
Yo, man, I'm hugging and shit.
Dabber doober.
Or on the midnight oil.
Ignite the midnight petroleum. Oh, you did it! You pulled out the boomerang instead of the iron boots. You pulled out the iron boots instead of the iron boots. Do you even T-hug, bro?
That's what I think of you guys.
Hey, soldier, how's it going?
How you doing, soldier?
Some people do that during the ending for the lulls.
Thought I could just, you know, get off his way. Paid by the Gorons.
You guys get paid by the hour? Yep. The challenge would be real hardcore. You could not, you know, jump. You'd have to, you know, use that wonderful boomerang glitch that only works in the GameCube version or something, right? I don't know if that even works with the iron boots on, but maybe it would. Cutscene. One of those hearts.
Wanted that quarter of a heart that I didn't get.
Look at that nutso over there.
Yeah, let's fuck him up. It's like, you know, a shoplifter run to Final Fantasy VI.
Who would ever do Final Fantasy VI? No espers, no shops.
Never. To the future, you know. You want peace?
He does not want a piece, he wants the whole thing. Yeah, this damn cutscene.
One of these days I'm going to use that for something.
Sid chirp never.
Holy shit!
The traditional Goron Death Mountain welcome. Yes, that's another great use for the shield bash, but you're not, deflecting energy balls.
I whip out my sailing cloth now.
Like I said, saline.
Yes. Because things are getting salty and wet here. Take that. You know what, you'll be wearing solid gold diamonds.
Told to go down there, get healed, and don't care because they're high.
Higher than high.
Higher.
Shut up.
No, it's not going to shut off.
Yo, dude.
Kids these days don't care about sumo. Just Instagram their Goron butts.
Their diapers.
Damn it! Literally, damn it!
Say going around looking. Ain't your brother, guy. Climb up behind this idiot.
Forgetting quotation marks. You just like get off balance.
Yeah.
Don't tell us you really forget what to do here, Ratmus. Doom's gonna hail you as an idiot.
These turn off.
No, but that's not where you need to go.
Um,
Put on the iron boots to get past it.
oh. The one up there. Okay.
Welcome back, Mimi. My back is hurting for some reason, and it's not supposed to hurt anymore.
Those beautiful stars.
They mirrored high versus low.
Remember playing this for the first time. Like, oh my god, the Gorons are the bad guys. No, they're my best friends.
Put on the boots before you walk in there.
Make sure I can have full health.
Yes, he was a good guy.
PC, old man.
Hey, Ratmus, you want to tell everyone what happened when you were about to eat lunch and you reached over and punched your water bottle, and the entire water bottle like went flying across the fucking room and blew half the water all over the fucking floor?
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration.
That's exactly what had happened.
Fucking, but like a huge amount spilled. Thankfully, didn't hit any electronics.
You fucking punched it in rage.
Does this guy have the Gorbachev, which is a birthmark on your head? Looks stupid.
Yes, but I thought you were going to say, does this guy have the Goron balls to challenge me?
Yes. Okay, because all these Gorons have the Tesla logo now. Alright, you fascist. I could tell this wonderful story. When I was in the electrical union school, there's this one guy who was like kind of like I guess you'd call him a Chad or something, but very muscular and alpha attitude and stuff. And we had this thing at the end of our classes where we went to like a bar and they had one of those punching machine things, and like he got like 300 or something, and then like I did it, I got like 987 out of like 999. It's because he was a fascist, Doom. I was doing this left-handed. But like he was like, holy shit. I think I also punched it left-handed because my left hand is my more dominant, stronger hand, especially more so after I hurt my right shoulder. Yeah, I cheated. That's quicker than the whooping. This is totally the end of the first stream, right? I see it, girl. He's just pooped out laying next to me. Bro, I'm in the mines. Need a special tunic. Did you ever need that? I'm like, okay, I can go. Love it, jumping into lava and only losing a heart.
Except you lost two.
I got.
Tatsu no Shinzo.
Whoa. great. Is that just to go back? Or is that for that one? Okay, it's for that one.
Yeah. I know they both mean heart. There's probably some subtle difference. I forget. I think. I mean, if I just type the word heart, it gives me in katakana hato.
What is this? I need that money since I spent it on this shield.
If I look at the options, it says that this kanji by itself is read as kokoro, and it means heart, mind, core, or wick. But then apparently if you add it to this kanji, it did not copy the thing that I wanted it to copy.
He's a copy.
If you add it to that second kanji, then suddenly the translation becomes Shinzo. And that, according to this anyway, just means heart. So I think maybe Shinzo means the organ, whereas Kokoro is more like, the metaphysical heart inside us all. Yeah, I mean, all languages have that.
Wants peace.
Of course, we know that kanji can have different pronunciations based on if it's alone or combined with another kanji. No, I did not.
Do not lose heart. The Planeteers will be right back.
Do not lose heart. Captain Planet 3K will stream again. Just kidding, you won't. Did you go the other way and get a small key? Clearly not.
No, I did not.
You mean like Nostrika's long hiatus?
She did stream again. Everyone was surprised.
No one was more surprised than Doom. Oh yeah, like it probably 2 weeks ago tomorrow, when I was like really, really sick from the vaccine, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago the next day, somewhere around there when I was sick from the vaccine, and I was so sick that I couldn't sleep. It was like 6 in the morning, and I went on Twitch and I saw that Kets was streaming Final Fantasy 11, and it's like, I could have went on there and say like, oh hey Kets, I'm awake because I'm feeling sick, but like I just had like I had nothing to say about Final Fantasy 11, and there was just no point in me being there.
No one has anything to say about it.
You're the only one who does, because you're the only one who actually played it. I saw that happen in slow motion. You and Kets are the only two people in existence to ever play Final Fantasy 11, except we know that's wrong because, it's an MMO, and I've like literally seen the people that you play with.
Yeah.
And by that I mean I've seen names over their heads, and
I've seen names and faces.
I have not seen their faces. No.
Kurgan knows his name.
Speaking of the Kurgan, what do you think of a Highlander reboot? Do we need it? Starring Henry Cavill?
Not really.
Does Ramimi, want it because she loves that guy? Ratmus, do you want to stream Final Fantasy XI? Just hook up your old computer somehow?
It's my wonderful account that I'm sure doesn't have this shit anymore. It's a subscription thing, so.
I don't think they've even said if he's going to play Connor McLeod or some other McLeod or what, and we don't know who's going to be in it or anything. But if it's a reboot of the first movie, who would you want to play the Kurgan?
John Cena, right?
But you can't see him then. That's hilarious. Yes, that's how it works. Just do Final Fantasy math. Ratmus, have you ever streamed FF5?
I don't think I have. Totally do that, right?
On cart?
Yes. Wonderful, not quite, good translated cart. Where it came from.
What about a Sundrop slushy? Ratmus wants one.
I'll eat the Sundrop rat.
You don't? I thought you did.
Who do you love then?
I guess my opinion, if anyone asked my opinion, which I don't know if anyone did, but I'm a big Highlander fan, and if the reboot is good, then that's cool. If it sucks, then whatever, I'll just ignore it like the other Highlander movies that sucked.
The source.
The first Highlander movie was great. It's a classic. The second one is terrible. The third one is not great, but it has some good parts to it. Same with 4. 4 is kind of messed up, but it has, it wasn't as bad as 2. After 4, was it just the source? Because that was total garbage. Yeah, the second one is, in the theatrical cut, they say that they were aliens, but then in the director's cut, which came out on DVD, they removed that part. Not that any of it makes any sense. There was actually, there was a Highlander animated series, which was probably American and French or something, and that was pretty terrible. But then unrelated to that, there was actually a Highlander anime movie, and that was actually pretty good. It was totally anime and totally violent, and it was actually decent. Yeah, on the animated cartoon, though, they did not chop off anyone's heads because it was kid-friendly.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's how do you make a show where the whole point is people chopping off each other's heads and say, oh, we're just not going to do that anymore because we're kid-friendly?
Jay and Silent Bob, selling fireworks.
Hey, that worked, okay. Gotta go fast. Actually, let me look up that show because I want to... Oh, Minda's going to tell you that you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong!
Can't you be a little bit more timely?
Yeah, the first time I rushed the shit and then I got fucked.
You got to You gotta walk the plank between, speedy and careful or something. Highlander, the animated series, is a Canadian/French/American animated television series. It aired from 1994 to 1996. And here's the strange thing about the Highlander animated series. If I'm correct, there is only one video game based on Highlander, and it was based off Highlander, the animated series, right?
Yeah.
And what system was it on? The Atari Jaguar CD only. Like, talk about shit on top of shit on top of shit. But Ratmus and I never heard of the show or saw it as kids. We saw it later on when it came out on DVD, and we were like, we're big Highlander fans. What the fuck is this? We'll try it. It was not very good. The best part was the theme song where they talk about janitors, right?
Yes.
Yes, a princess of the universe. Yeah, if they're gonna reboot Highlander, why not have a female McLeod? Oh my god! The only Highlander thing Doom has seen is Highlander 3. That's like, you know what? I guess what I could say about Highlander 3 is if you just watch it as a stupid action movie, then it's pretty good. But like as a Highlander movie, it's not so good. But like careful. But as like a dumb action movie, it's actually okay. That's like not the worst thing. Like that's not as bad as saying like, oh, the only Indiana Jones movie I've ever seen is Crystal Skull. And Doom's like, what the hell is that? I've never heard of it. It's not as bad as saying that. Thank you, Ramimi. That's a compliment. Hell, if movie night still existed, I would totally show the original Highlander. It's a good movie.
Laserdisc, right?
Yeah. But see, the thing is, like, the DVD that I have of Highlander is absolute shit. And I know I mentioned this before. Like, I'm not like a 4K HD resolution whore. But a couple of years ago, I tried to watch my DVD of Highlander, and it looked like it's a DVD, and it looked like it was taped off of television on a CRT back in 1983. It was so horrible looking.
Oh, come on.
So, in other words, if you want to watch the movie Highlander, come over to my house, and I'll show you the Blu-ray. Like, I even want to at some point show Song the original Highlander movie, but I want to do it when we're together. I'm not doing it over Skype or Discord because the quality would be shit. This is real time, boss. Soldier says, let go while the lava spouts are up. Can you move the... No, I mean, you can see them. Okay, well, that's a little bit... I mean, you... Let's see.
Finally.
Okay. I mean, like, I didn't see the spouts where he was going to jump, but
I guess they're all linked.
You could see the ones directly in front of him through the wall, though. Did your power cut out? The game can teach you how that works, but it can never teach you that, you can jump off and put on the boots in midair, because, why the hell wouldn't you think to do that?
Fucking trip.
I'm talking about Jamie. Uh-oh, Ratmus is going to have something to say here.
This guy looks like an onion. So Pam hates him.
I thought you were going to say, this guy looks like a date rapist.
Oh, that too. Dude's like, who would ever go on a date with anyone that looks like an onion? You butchered it.
When would somebody's power ever cut out while they're playing this game?
Holy Jesus.
The fuck is this?
Pull that.
When would somebody's disc ever die when they're playing this game? So what we're saying is this game is fucking cursed. Because all sorts of disasters can happen.
It was like we had a fucking earthquake when I was playing this game. I just walked through the frickin' ladder.
It's a new feature.
The compass going dirt, 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 dirt.
That's what you wanted to do, right?
That's not what I'm gonna do. I put on the boots there and land on that guy's head.
Crack his fucking skull.
In his spine by breaking it.
The fuck is this? Probably some disgusting nipple freak!
Oh god. Stick together and then we can go get some chicken sandwiches.
Isn't that cannibalism?
He's like, so? It's like, why, you a chicken? Oh, wow. And everyone else was panicked and you're like, I'm from California, it's nothing new. Over here, let's hug it out.
Hawaii must get some earthquakes related to volcanic activity, right?
And Jim shut a volcano. Is there anything in this room that I need, or
I don't think so.
just leave and discuss call? That.
Now you know which side the heart's on, right?
Assassin go the opposite way. I see. Look at the map. Is it this way? The compass? Yeah.
That must be it. Because I was like, well, what's that? It must be a door, but that's not what you Actually, can I do that and like mess with you guys' mind?
What, mirror this?
Well, actually, I could mirror it now that I think about it.
They wouldn't know except whenever you look at the frickin' text or the overlay and stuff.
Well,
Yeah, do what? I see.
no, wait. Okay, I actually wanted to mirror it, but I actually flipped it first. See, not the whole stream, just the game. I flipped it vertically. Yeah, that's actually not what I wanted to do.
Like, hey, right side up.
Okay, yeah. Now Ratmus is playing the GameCube version. Swing your sword. That's wait. Is that the? No. Hold on, that didn't work. Wait, did it work? Or am I crazy?
Look, it's
No, okay, now it's... No, swing the sword again. Now you're left-handed. I think.
Because the rubies are weird.
Now I'm all confused because you're... You know, not only is it mirrored, but you're on the fucking ceiling. I'm giving, you know, myself and everyone in chat vertigo. Alright, now I think it's... Correct is in the eye of the beholder or something.
Why is my hat not falling?
Good question. This totally is fine. The fact that I'm giving everyone vertigo by messing around with the picture, you know, also goes with the fact of the clong, 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 clong.
These tricks.
You got a heart piece, and you check that off. I have the movie Vertigo in my Alfred Hitchcock collection that I have not opened yet. I have to take the stupid antibiotic pill also.
Your friend is dead.
Oh, I know what you meant.
Wait, come back, come back.
Was it you, Lizard? Were you banned from stealing that Lizard book?
Oops, sorry, lizard poop, sorry.
In December 2017, when Song and I went to Amanda's wedding, in the common area of the hotel, they had like books you could read, and one of them was called "Ferret in the Bedroom, Lizards in the Fridge." And yeah, I was wondering if Lizard, you know, went to that hotel and stole that book because it had his name on it, and you know, then he got banned from said hotel.
Ban the bread.
read a story today about someone getting bread from a hotel and trying to reverse his bread.
The trees, you morons.
Whoa, whoa, wowie, wow, wow, wow!
Big person.
Oh, is this the story where like all the birds came in and like wreaked havoc? I think I heard that.
Which is another Hitchcock movie.
Which is another Hitchcock movie that somebody's banned from my. Hey Arson, welcome. How's it going? Thanks for the resub.
How you doing? Arson, did you get like a new job or something? Because like I haven't seen you streaming in a while.
Yeah, the Arson goes on hiatuses sometime, you know. And whoa, Quackity Quack is here also. I gotta thank Quack again and ask him, you got a new job and you still work at Best Buy in addition to the new job?
I thought, Best Buy was, firing a bunch of people left and right.
Clearly they would never fire Arson because he's their best employee, okay?
He's the only one that can demo the Sonic Spinball.
He's the only one holding that place together. I'm sure a lot of people go to Best Buy and are interested in buying Sonic Spinball, so Arson can demo that for them on their big HD TV.
Of course.
But no, Quack sent me a package with some more relish, and Quack, I think it's the same relish that you bottled last year. Now, I'm assuming that is still good to eat because it was professionally jarred and will stay safe and preserved, for hopefully more than a year.
It needs to last another month before we eat it all.
I don't know if I mentioned this on stream. Lizard's mom probably would. I don't know if I mentioned this on stream, but yeah, Quack sent us some more relish, some more jelly, some more salsa, and the best part was a refrigerator magnet for a local plumbing service. That was awesome. I put that on the fridge, and also some muffins, which my parents ate and they loved them. And I almost forgot the best part, which I don't remember. Did I tell Song about this or not? But whoa, nice. He also sent a VHS tape of 2 episodes of the old Mega Man cartoon show. Which I have that cartoon on DVD, but now I have a wonderful VHS tape that I have to keep forever because it was a gift from Quack, so Song's just going to have to deal with that.
If she was here, she'd be pissed.
Yes.
I think of you and your laser beams.
So Quack is an amazing person.
Oh. You're not going to be in muffins, they're going to turn into muffins, right?
Well, I will not be making any blueberry muffins myself, but 3 weeks from today in Wisconsin, I'll be eating a homemade blueberry muffin, and by homemade I mean made in a restaurant, but homemade totally. Fresh made muffins. Uh-oh. that locked door that did you even see?
Yeah, I saw it. Tricky way to get to it. We can't wait for Zoo Ranger with that blueberry muffin guy who wants to totally vampire some damn kids.
Yes.
So here,
Just wait.
his face is cursed.
So this is diaper.
Stay with me, brother.
Well, I'll probably post some basic information before we watch the show about it. Although, I mean, the show itself does, I mean, the show itself will do a good job of explaining everything.
Especially how they get their weapons, right?
Yes.
Griff is orbiting stay-at-home dad.
Yes. I'll mention all that later. But I mean, if you want a quick summary, basically like something like 10 million years ago during the age of the dinosaurs, like there were also these tribes of like human people, but then they went into stasis or something, and then like in the present day, the person that if you've watched the American Power Rangers, you know her as Rita Repulsa. She gets released from her captivity. So then in this version, instead of Zordon calling up some teenagers with attitudes, a guy who is an old Japanese dude who is not Zordon at all basically awakes the Rangers from their stasis and, says that, her Japanese name is the Witch Bandora, and they're like, she's back, she's raising problems, I revived you guys, you're from the dinosaur tribes of ancient times, and you have dinosaur powers, so, get to it.
Diarrhea.
So get to it. And get this, Doom. You know how the Yellow Ranger was Asian? Well, I know this is going to blow your mind, but all of the Rangers are Asian.
Where's the diversity? Green Ranger's the Red Ranger's brother or whatever.
Especially the green one, yes.
Post that Dragon Caesar thing in chat.
There will be absolutely no black people on this Japanese TV show.
This is the definition of doughboy soft.
That sounds weird, Ramimi. Pay attention to what the action icon says, Ratmus. If you have Switch Online, you should get them both. They're free for Switch Online members. I wonder when one of these days Doom's gonna come into chat and say that he got a Switch. Oh yeah, that'll be never.
So throw PS4 at him, I heard.
DK has 3 Bruce Campbell emotes. That's a little excessive. What the hell is even happening there?
That made sense.
I don't think there's really any good games on there that like are actually good for 2-player online co-op. I mean, like you could play Super Mario Brothers 3 and switch off. I remember Lizard and I played like some weird beat 'em up game, and it's like it was more cool to say that Lizard and I were playing it together. The actual game wasn't very good.
You like that?
I know it's expensive, but if you haven't already got a Pro controller for Switch, I'd probably recommend getting one. Certain games, it's pretty helpful to have. Nice.
Speaking of onion face.
Speak of the devil. No one was speaking about onion face.
Speaking of the devil, I am the devil. This team loves that Ride the Snake, sketch.
I'm sure he's never seen it. That was when Jim Carrey hosted SNL, right?
Yeah, in like the 90s.
And so how many people from
Cobra, hey.
Cobra? What are you doing home from work? Okay, Ramimi. Well, real quickly, the next Rockman and Ratmus Twilight Princess will also be Thursday of next week, right, Ratmus?
Yes.
I'm going to do a short stream of the Talos Principle later this evening with Song. I'll also be streaming Mega Man X tomorrow night, as well as hopefully Fortune Street, although Song will be streaming Fortune Street with me and Doom. We still have to test that out. Yeah, and Sunday afternoon, as you know, will be Zoo Ranger. Gotta piss him off enough to activate him. Well, that's amazing that you're here, Cobra.
Yes.
Don't let the boss find out.
My tenderloin break.
A tenderloin break is mandated by Indiana law like a cigarette break, right?
Yes.
Ramimi wants you to tell her which Pokemon to get, Sword or Shield.
Well, I did Shield, so...
So you should definitely get Sword so you can, go together.
Yes. I traded my girlfriend's nephew. I gave him, like, the legendary Shield one, so you can have both. How do I piss him off?
Go to the one of the advancement and then pull on it. I'm gonna try to pull on it, and now he's pissed off. Now they're all pissed off.
Melt my face, huh?
Yes. Now one of these is hiding the compass. Did you mention how the hero's bow, had something carved in it?
Yes. Not just for how many people I killed with it.
Cobra, Ratmus made some beef fried rice for us today. It was really good.
Like, I think normally dashi is like some sort of like fish flakes or something, but they, obviously I'm not going to buy that because of my allergy. So even though I've probably had food that has like trace amounts of fish in Japan, but this one's just kind of like vegetable based.
Does it have nori flakes in it?
It's nori gnocchi.
Dashi powder.
The thing that I got is like a similar color to that, except like it's
Green.
yeah, and then you saw the little pouches are green. They're not chatting to make people hungry.
Shiitake dashi.
Shit take.
Yeah, I'm sorry our stupid grocery store doesn't have shiitake mushrooms except for dried ones.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Like, the Target also doesn't have those. Like, Mitsuwa has tons of different, like, Asian mushrooms. You can get, like, maitake, shiitake, like, and when they're in season, they even have matsutake.
Need to get some for some
reason.
For some dish. That guy's totally Native American, right?
Whoa. Something I would do, Doom, so I appreciate that.
Hey, let's get some nori gnocchi, Japanese heller.
I could just like to see him in like, what is it, the kimono or yukata or whatever, and like, nori gnocchi.
Dressed up as a geisha because that's offensive.
He tries to dress up like that and, gets freaking beaten.
Canceled.
Yes.
Gets beaten by his younger self, and then they get erased from existence because time cop logic.
Yes. Gets, freaking bombed by a drone in a field.
Nori gnocchi o tabetai desu. Alright, Doom, I'm gonna do something really stupid, so pay attention, Doom. Jaku, テロリストが私たちのドローンをコントロールしています。彼はノリノキスターを爆発するためにそれらを使用しています。That was obviously really bad, but I did my best to say Jack, the terrorists have taken control of our drones, and they're using them to blow up the Norinoki restaurants.
How do I get through this? Okay,
Apparently that's how. Did you get a second heart piece here?
I did not yet.
Well, then you missed it. So you gotta go back.
Yeah, I only have 2 pieces.
Well, it ain't there. It's like 2 or something.
Okay, 1. So that one, I need to go all the way back there, or is that coming up? I think I'm going that way.
I don't know, because I thought that you would get it when, like, before you arrowed those guys, but maybe not.
Whoa.
Yeah. You were supposed to get it before you got the bow.
Okay, well, can I get it later?
Okay, yeah, you apparently will be going back to that room. Stop fucking killing yourself.
Start thrilling yourself.
Start krilling yourself.
Oh, Terry.
What's Matt doing? Something ribald, no doubt. NBA Jam.
Oh, please, NBA, shut up. Just shut up.
If it was Super Metroid, Doom would have to be watching both streams.
You have to tell me.
Isn't this what's known on the internet as a neckbeard?
Yes.
I only followed this guy because this is the guy where I went into his stream and he was asleep during it and Nero was there and I want to ask, next time I see Nero, I want to ask him about this guy.
So, yeah, he's a great man.
Apparently.
Oh, God. Come on, I grabbed that fucking edge.
You clearly did not. Smoke's doing some Kaizo Mario World shit.
It's Kaizo bullshit. Oh, thank God.
Look at this guy. The Blizzard Man.
295. So I need 5 rubies, please.
I'm looking at the retro tab. Here's somebody doing Super Punch Out, and it's that fat Canadian guy. What's his name? Bear Hugger.
You have like a fat Canadian streamer.
Here's some people streaming a Sailor Moon game. The screenshot from the game shows Princess Serenity using the moon stick, and then like it shows a guy and a girl, and like the guy is more cosplaying as Sailor Moon than the girl is.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm supposed to hit that. There's a switch in there. I was thrown off because, like, did you see the stupid runaway guys or what's his name was like?
I as soon as I saw that, I noped the fuck out of there and said, "The hell with this shit."
Yes.
Okay, Doom. Here's somebody playing Mickey Mania on Genesis, but here's the catch: he's playing it with his chin. Somehow he has a controller rigged up where he's pressing the buttons with his chin.
I see. Wait. Get her a treat when I go in this room.
Okay, I don't know. I thought maybe it was like.
Pretend CD?
Okay, at first I thought it was like a weird stunt, but I think he might be like. He doesn't. Yeah, he's like in a wheelchair and doesn't have the use of his body, I guess. So this is how he streams. So that's actually kind of interesting.
It's gonna be one of those like fakes that gets up and's like not even a cripple.
Yeah, it's probably a fake. It'll come out in a scandal that he got up and started walking around when he thought his camera wasn't on. Yes.
Then he vibrated his hand so fast it killed the guy.
But again, this isn't slander or anything. I mean, clearly he needs to do Ocarina of Time, right? Because if somebody can do that blind, which again is not offensive because I'm talking about an actual blind person.
Deaf people doing DDR.
He has deaf people doing DDR. He has a list of games completed on his channel. Listen to this, Doom. Donkey Kong Country Series, The Lion King, Ninja Gaiden, Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels.
Jeez. Fuck is this? But it won't fit, so put it back in.
Put it back in disgust. Okay.
Alright, so I need to shoot something.
Like I'm paying attention.
We just jump down.
Doesn't sound familiar. Is there any way to go to the left? Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's shoot that. Come on.
Here's someone streaming Zelda 1 on FDS.
And then just go back this way. This is the.
It's a good question, Doom. I don't remember because I've never played that version. Here's someone doing speedruns of BS Zelda. Here's someone doing Secret of Mana blind. By that I mean first playthrough, because that's totally offensive. You're getting a hard piece in this room, Ratmus. Alright. Yes, I actually, when I saw that Doom said that, I actually looked over and paid attention to the stream for once. But Yeah, Doom, do you think Ratmus and I should stream Rival Turf? Probably not, because, you know, without infinite continues or anything, we'd probably never be able to beat it. It's like, it's not even like an arcade port. It was made specifically for the Super Famicom / Super Nintendo, and yeah, it just doesn't seem very good at all. Let's see, Rival Turf cheat codes.
Let's get them, boys.
Play through the game until you get to enter your name in the high score screen. When at the high score screen, enter your name as this. After you do that, a hidden character config screen will appear, letting you change each character's name. Hidden level 4 warp. Defeat at least 30 enemies. Locate the door on level 4 and press up to jump to the end of the level to fight the boss.
Easy, bro.
How about some Game Genie codes? Start with 1 life, start with 8 lives, start with 9 continues, start with 1 continue, start with more energy, start with less energy, no score lost when special attack is used, full energy from all food, infinite continues. So I guess the best codes would be infinite continues and maybe start with 8 lives. I guess full energy from all. For some reason, start with more energy takes up 4 code slots. Now, I don't have the game, so if I don't have the game, I would have to play a ROM of it, and I don't remember if my emulator has Game Genie functionality or not.
I need those,
Rival Turf Super Nintendo Authentic SNES card, cleaned and tested, free shipping, $25. I'm not going to buy it for $25, that's for sure. I'll see if they have it at Mojo's, but I doubt it. I don't think I've ever seen it in person. I mean, just look at that amazing box art. That guy's an asshole. Shit.
what's that first?
Quick, use all your hidden skills.
I should have helm splitter.
Sadie's chewing on electrical wires.
Just wants to eat, any mice she finds, right?
Just wants to lick the copper ground wire.
That too, right, Sadie?
Now, whatever you do, don't take damage from this boss, or Doom will hail you as a noob. And don't forget to save. Oh God.
I gotta beat this boy now. Okay, pop. I'm getting hungry.
I ate so much F&B fried rice. I'm getting like sick to my stomach, nausea. It has nothing to do with the food. I don't know if it's from the antibiotics or something else.
That's the antibiotics. The hell is this thing? You see me, girl. Seems like so.
Doom just has the same expectations of someone playing this game as he has for his steak and wine meals.
This fight's gonna be succulent, everybody. You played it on the GameCube, right?
Yeah, so
It's like aiming with this is a little different.
it's easier. It's 1-to-1. Noob alert.
Don't talk to me.
You need to hit him first. Even Midna called to say that you're a noob. You just point and shoot. Apparently that King of Red Lions command is only in the Songs channel, though.
I thought you had to grab him first and then shoot him.
Nope. Well, Cobra's clearly an idiot. Didn't I explain to Doom that, like, oh, on the Wii version, you actually have a target reticule to see where you're aiming, and Doom's response was like, well, then why didn't I play that version? And he told it sounded just like that when he typed it in chat. You know, I've played Resident Evil 4 on a number of different consoles, and I'm not even sure, like, I enjoy playing it on the Wii version because of just certain reasons. Like, especially using the knife on the Wii version is fun too, because you just have to wave it, and reloading and using the knife is kind of fun. But I'm like I said, I've played it on a bunch of different systems, and I'm not even sure if I would say GameCube is harder than Wii or Wii is harder than GameCube. They're both kind of different experiences. They're both kind of their own thing. Like I've played it on GameCube, Xbox One. Well, actually, no. Let me think about this more. I played it to completion multiple times on GameCube and Xbox I don't think I actually played it on PS4. I think you did. But I mean, there's not much of a difference between the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4. They're kind of really all the same, I guess. And also the PlayStation 2. I know we got that version, and I can't remember if I played it a little bit or if you played it a little bit, because we did it in a Rockman and Ratmus stream because we got it in Wisconsin. But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is I love Resident Evil 4, and if I had the choice, I would play the Wii version, but nothing against the GameCube version. I think it's fine too.
What's up, Mr. Flat Top Man?
He's bringing the flat top back, yeah.
What happened to my diapers?
I wonder, like, you know, I have not streamed Resident Evil 4 in a while, and I just have not had the urge to play the game. I'm not saying that I'm going to stream it again. Maybe I won't. You know, it is one of my favorite games, but, you know, you can get burned out on some of your favorite games sometimes. I'm trying to remember if I ever even streamed the GameCube version. Oh yeah, I streamed it on Xbox One for achievements. And I know I streamed it on the Wii version more than once. I might not have streamed the actual GameCube version.
You guys solved it?
So yeah, I did play, and come to think of it, I did play on Xbox 360, and I did play on Xbox One, because now I'm remembering that I did a series of streams where it was Xbox One achievements. And then when Ratmus did it, when Ratmus played RE4, he did it on PS4 for trophies. Of course, we never did get the trophy for playing it on professional, because I just never wanted to go back and do that. See, I'm fine now. I can lift.
Good for you, kid. Now get out of my face.
Each console has its own advantages and disadvantages. What's the advantage of the CDI, though?
So eventually, like, it's going to stop working, all of them, the way it was poorly designed. You don't have to worry about me anymore. I never worried or cared. Just leave the children with me in a dark room. Link, this is not okay. Do something.
I'm surprised it's not. Oh, you were talking about just consoles that have Resident Evil 4 on it? You know how they port Skyrim to, like, microwaves and heart monitors? You know, they do that with Resident Evil 4 too, right?
Yes.
Somebody should make a CDI port. I think a few years ago they released, I guess, a remastered version of Resident Evil 4 on PC, and Smoke streamed it. And I think when it first came out, it was like full of bugs, and people said it was horrible. But I think maybe later on, like, they patched it up and stuff, and now it's okay or something. But that's just what I heard.
The Cuphead with the dance pad. What?
I'm sure you can have it so that the car will drive itself and you can play Cuphead, or can you make it so that you can drive the car and the car will play Cuphead for you? It's like Kid from Knight Rider, right?
Either way, it's going to crash. Ronaldo.
Alright, there's a lot of stuff that you can do here now, obviously. All in the same timeline? Whoa. Bring on through.
So what should I do next?
Well, there's 3 heart pieces just in this village alone that you need to get, as well as buying a bomb bag and the Hawkeye. If you're going up here, can you go all the way to the top and talk to that punk-ass kid who says that he's looking out for monsters? Or is this not where that is? I think you have to go through the bomb shop to get there.
Okay. At night the freaks come out. Take out my sailcloth, oh shit.
That's some kind of, it's not a theory? I was gonna say that's some kind of fucking fan theory that Link and Zelda give birth to Samus. Oh, fan fiction? I'll do it!
It's crazy. Multiple of these.
Blizzard spelled the board correctly according to that Carrot Top movie.
Yes. We'll just do this.
He tried to take a shit in his bomb shop, right?
Yes. He'll get me over here.
Yes. Yes, he was.
It's good.
There was a well, I was gonna say there was a famous old thing that happened on Conan O'Brien, but it was like way back in the 90s when Conan was on his original show. There was this hilarious interview that Ratmus and I loved. If you want me to explain it, I will, and if you don't want me to explain it, well, guess what? I'm going to explain it anyways.
You're shameful.
There is a movie which I recently bought on DVD just for hilarity's sake. It stars Carrot Top, and it's called Chairman of the Board. It also stars an actress, I don't know if you guys know her, named Courtney Thorne-Smith. This will be important later. Now, the plot of this movie, do you even care what the plot of this movie is? I think it's kind of like the plot of, well, no, let's... Yes, so like, at least from the title, it looks like Carrot Top plays like a surfing, wacky surfing bum, and somehow he like inherits this company, so now he's like in charge of this company, so it's really stupid, obviously, but so here's the point. This actress, Courtney Thorne-Smith, was on Conan O'Brien's show to promote this movie, and also at the same time was the other comedian, Norm Macdonald. And hopefully you guys, Norm Macdonald is a hilarious deadpan comedian. So he's sitting there, and she's trying to explain to Conan that she's in this movie with Carrot Top, and he is just like tearing her apart. He's saying like, oh my god, like a movie with Carrot Top, like it's gotta be horrible and stuff. And he was just like taking control of like the whole interview. And then at the end, like, you know, she was just like so uncomfortable because she's like, you know, she's being forced to be there, like paid to promote this movie that she was in, unfortunately, which is obviously terrible. And so then at the end, Conan has to plug this movie because, again, he's contractually obligated to. So he's like, you know, so he's like, so the movie's coming out with Carrot Top, and it's called Chairman of the Board, or no, Conan asked her what the movie was called, and she said Chairman of the Board, and she could barely get it out because she was like holding her hands above her face, like oh my god, she can't even, she's just like being so humiliated right now. And then Conan says to Norm Macdonald, Chairman of the Board, do something with that, you freak. And then Norm pauses for a minute, and then he says, "I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D." And then that just destroyed Conan, and like he just start like and her like they just start dying laughing, like the whole thing is like off the rails, ruined. So I literally bought this movie probably because I had it somewhere on VHS, and I listed it in my records as chairman of the board, spelled B-O-R-E-D, because that is the correct spelling of this movie according to Norm Macdonald. And I have never opened it, and I never will, because the point is not to actually watch this movie because it's a piece of shit.
Alright, so I got that heart piece and that. What's next?
That was another long-winded Rockman story about something that nobody cares about. All right. Yes. Which heart piece did you get?
The one from shooting the arrows.
Okay, and then did you buy the Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Okay, so now if you go by the spring, there's 2 more heart pieces you can get.
Did I talk to you?
Apparently you did.
Step off.
Shoot those rocks and then knock it off, Fox. Amazing, you combine those without a letter telling you how. I have never seen a movie with Carrot Top, that movie or any other. Has he been in any others? Again, like I said, I might have recorded it on VHS off of TV, and the only reason I did that was to make fun of it because of that Conan thing. Let's see. He was an uncredited performer in So I Married an Axe Murderer. Apparently he has been in a few movies, sometimes playing himself, sometimes not. But I mean, I think that movie specifically was supposed to be like a quote unquote starring vehicle for him, which obviously is a terrible idea. yes, it should. All right, so you got both of those heart pieces now too.
Yep.
Okay, so you can't get any more hidden skills. You can't get any more bugs. You can't get any more pose. However, there are still 2 more heart pieces you can get.
Oh, goody.
All right, act like you're going up Death Mountain Trail, like you're going to be beat down by some Gorons.
Except I beat them, so now they don't care. Yeah, I'm just going.
We are going to be ending soon because dinner, so depends on how many insects of Tears of Light are there if we have time, because I know there's so many, right?
Yes.
Well, actually, even when you get into the Twilight, even before the insects Tears of Light, there's still a lot to do in the Twilight. So.
To roll it.
Alright, so the next Goron you see should throw you up to a cliff where there'll be a pole later, but there's also a heart piece now, somewhere over there.
So to the right here.
Yes, or as Doom would say, the left. I think for the Poe you would go down, so I think for the heart piece you would go up until you find like a hole that you fall in or something, or a cave. Is this, I
don't see anything.
don't see anything until you fall in there. Thank you, Lizard, for finding that. I'll post it in the funny part of my Discord and watch it later. Just keep going up. I don't care that you didn't find anything. Go that way past that rock. Alright, bye this fish, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Ignore that little bastard in diapers and fall down that hole.
Okay, over here.
Yes. Later on with the claw shot, if you guys are in this area, there's a place where you can claw shot up and get a special chew jelly.
Okay.
Alright, now exit Kakariko Village going north. Damn it! That's why you guys watch this stream, right? For weird, obscure Rockman stories that go on way too long and are stupid and pointless, right? I mean, just now I remembered when I was streaming this game, I don't know if it was the most recent time or the time before that, I was around this part of the game, I think, riding around Kakariko Village with Epona doing something, picking up bugs or something, and that's when I told the story about the hankering for a hunk of cheese, and then I can't remember who went on YouTube or something and found that clip.
I totally found the Family Guy version with that guy.
And then it was a highlight of Rockman remembers a weird PSA, or no, it wasn't. Well, it was specifically it was the one about where he explained how to make frozen treats by putting juice into the ice cube trays, and he was like, or lemonade, or pomegranate juice, or whatever turns you on. So yes, that's clearly an awesome part of the stream. Apparently that just won't be unlocked until probably the thing with the wagon.
You gotta use your damn horse.
Excuse me, use your wonderful nice horse.
There you go. Or two.
Somewhere around there's a boulder that you blow up. And maybe get accosted by the postman. Yes, that's the chest right there, but you gotta blow that boulder up after you get accosted. And then go through the series of climbings and vinings and jumpings.
Watch a series of vines.
But Vine was destroyed. It's great how, when it says you have 8 bomb arrows, you can't tell if you're low on bombs or arrows until you check the menu, right?
Like, I know it was my arrows.
Yeah, I think you're low on arrows, not bombs.
We have the exact same amount.
That is great.
Like making a jump and grabbing one-handed.
I read that as Nebuchadnezzar. You guys are excited for The Matrix 4, right? Blech.
Like there shouldn't have been any, ones after 2 was such a shit.
They should have just left The Matrix as a single movie.
Yes.
That's so weird, Doomid. I'm sure I've said this before. It would be like watching Back to the Future 1 and 2 and not watching 3. Oh, wait, isn't that exactly what we did on movie night?
Do I jump down here because that's where that is?
Yes. Alright, so you should have 3 out of 5 pieces currently.
Yes.
Alright. Now you can go across that bridge that will never go under. Did it happen with Karate Kid? Because I could have sworn... I thought that he showed Karate Kid 1 and then I had to watch Karate Kid 2 separately. Am I wrong about that? Because I don't think I ever watched Karate Kid 3.
What are you doing to me?
But yeah, I remember he did it with the Star Wars and the Back to the Future, which then later on I on movie night showed all 3 of those, or all 6 of those.
All not to nothing.
As soon as you blow up those things, that's when the point of no return. But yeah, you should totally go back and kill those guys. Here's a question, I guess mainly for Doom, but for anyone else. I'm not saying that I will do this, but it's something that I've thought about. Would you be interested in seeing an American movie such as Back to the Future or Star Wars, but dubbed in Japanese on a Discord movie night? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10 or whatever, how interested would you be in seeing a Japanese dubbed American movie?
Keep on trucking.
How interested would you be, Ratmus? The way you already seen them.
Yes.
More timely spin attacks. You totally mean you would want to watch a movie that we haven't watched before dubbed in Japanese, right? Because I've got Air Force One dubbed in Japanese and we haven't seen that on movie night. That's not what you meant, clearly. But yeah, I've been... The reason why, well, the main reason why I've been showing TV shows, not movies, on Discord is because, you know, Discord just isn't as good as Rabbit was. And, you know, with the possibility of Discord going out, fucking up, you know, or audio messing up, you know, or like my sump pump could go off and you guys would all hear it, you know, like it just seems like it's more suited to a short TV show thing than a whole movie. Whoa. I don't necessarily think that watching Air Force One in Japanese would help your Japanese. But you never know. Something that is... Here's another stupid Rockman story. Back in the 90s, we had Air Force One taped off of television, off of DirecTV, and then we also had it in... It was like... I don't know if you guys remember these days, but like, you know, you could pay to basically rent a movie on DirecTV. I mean, you can still do that, but why would anyone do that? Everyone just streams it now or buys it on DVD. But we would buy it on DirecTV, and like you would rent it for a day so you could watch it as many times as you wanted that day, or we could just record it on VHS, which is what we did. But then the thing is like some of the movies and stuff, you could change the audio to Spanish. So for some reason, and since we had it for the day, I recorded it on VHS in English and I recorded it on VHS in Spanish. And then when I was in Japan, I bought the Japanese DVD. So I always thought it would be funny, but we never did this. Because there's that scene where like, Harrison Ford says, "I'm the president of the United States." And then the guy punches him or slaps him, right? I thought it would be funny if like Ratmus could remix it, so like he would say, "I'm the president of the United States," slap. Then he would come back up and say it in Spanish, like "Soy el presidente de los Estados Unidos," slap. Then he would say it in Japanese, which I guess would be something like "America no dai toyo des," slap. And then just keep doing that.
Yes.
It's like he's just slapping them into different languages.
You smell the girl. Is that even legal?
Oh, it's legal.
Let's see what's over here. Some necessity hurts.
So as we all know, the Lanayru Twilight is the longest F1.
Oh, yes. Yes.
If I remember correctly, you don't actually howl at the stone until you're actually looking for bugs, which isn't for a while now. Pretty soon you're going to be, like Chirp asked to get that hot rock, which would be an opportunity to get 2 Poes, which you can actually get at this point.
Those bugs, damn it.
Yes. You know how Doom sometimes remembers things that he did with his babysitter back in the day? Well, one of the things that I remember doing with a babysitter back in the day was listening to the Hot Rocks polka. And she said something like, Weird Al is a genius, for making this. Ratmus can't wait for more beef fried rice, right?
Yes. I'm really like Sadie's right now.
For SpaghettiOs. Spencer, hello. Your favorite Legend of Zelda?
How are you doing?
How's it going? My brother Ratmus is playing the game.
So we gotta go into Castletown first.
It's certainly up there. I think I would say it's my third, and it's Doom's favorite 3D Zelda. Ratmus, what is your favorite Zelda?
I mean, like I definitely loved Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then like this and Wind Waker 2 are up there, so it's hard to say because I like them. I like them all for different reasons, right?
It's not acceptable. You have to pick one.
I think like the Zelda game I played the most is probably Zelda 2, so I kind of just like that because that's like a strong connection to me. But
yeah, it's a big connection to our childhood.
Anakin Skywalker side. Find Agatha and have those light bugs just rip her throat out or something.
You're gonna say rub them all over you. Doom, that allows me to find a GIF if I can find it. A very old GIF. It's an older GIF, but it checks out. It's even still here.
Oh, I know straight GIF.
can't see chat right now. Don't tell me no streak is here.
She isn't. She's talking to you. Good thing they left the door open.
Remember this gift? Gift from over 7 years ago? And hey, Nostrika, and you guys are coming in here. We're about to end the stream here pretty soon, so
Enjoy this wonderful dialogue.
good thing you missed all the dumb Rockman stories. And since I have Imgur open with the gifts, here's another one for you.
Look at that map. Want to hear some dialogue. Got orders.
Hear dialogue.
Just leave and discussed.
Yes. Actually, we didn't plan this at all, but I think in stream number 1, Ratmus ended, well, very close to the place where I ended on the last time I streamed this game. I think if you go down to Lake Hylia and stop there, I think that's where I stopped on my last stream of this also. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of Ratmus Plays Twilight Princess, the next stream will be again next Thursday afternoon. I will be streaming a little bit later tonight, the Talos Principle, and a little bit tomorrow night, Mega Man X.
Can't exit there, so we just go back out again.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember the last time I played this game. You know, besides like when we played a little bit of like the HD version, a little bit, just that one ordeal thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking, you know, like actually.
Obviously, it would have been before I started streaming, so probably before you moved out.
Yeah.
It's probably like 10 years ago. That's the amphitheater, I think.
Alright, so it should. Does this game have too much of this, like, you know, going to the Twilight stuff, or just enough?
Just enough. See, Nostrika is a VIP. She's got a cube for 100 bits. Now let's all remember the time when Cobra stupidly died here.
What happened to the lake? They butchered it.
So how hot was it outside today, Doom?
I guess draining it.
Draining it is butchering it. It says it's 77. It felt a lot hotter than that when Ratmus and I were out there, probably because the humidity is 67%. Is that high? That's 25 Celsius, Nostrika. Now, this time I'm not going to accidentally leave my Google set to Celsius like I did last time, and then I was very confused. think Sadie was having a nervous breakdown, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
She's a poop pup. She liked her walk totally.
What is the hottest part of the day then? Wouldn't it be like noon?
I think it's like usually like a little bit after, like 1 to 3 or something.
Well, it's like 3 o'clock we're doing this.
But sometimes that's not always the case because weird stuff. Doggy panel.
All right. Well, here it's 5:03, and if you want to get a stopping point, here's a stopping point.
All right, that sounds good.
But yeah, don't lakes usually, have I don't know, more water in them?
Oh snap!
You talk to that guy, he'll say that, and it'll initiate a. I don't think it'll initiate a cutscene, but you basically, want to go and kill that monster that he's going to talk about.
I can't complain.
But yeah, we will be ending here in a minute. It will probably auto-host Matt to the Future, who may be switching games. I don't know.
Is that guy over here?
I thought you were going to save and quit, though.
Okay.
You don't want to fight a boss right now.
I want to fight Bruce Springsteen.
Let's not make things worse by guessing. You watch Apollo 13 in Japanese.
I'll fight some coffee. With coffee.
Alright, that is the end of the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. I already mentioned when we're streaming next.
Thanks everyone for being here and all that jazz.
Didn't drop any frames, so that's good. Bye.